I don't want to look straight into your soul. Hi, I am Anna Wolf, but if you have been persevering through the season thus far, you probably already know that. We're here with something very new and exciting, and we're about to mix shit up. We're going to be back with our normal interviews, which I love doing, and we have some amazing guests coming your way. But we want to hear from you, because sharing is where the shame dies, ultimately. So we're going to be bringing in an expert who is actually qualified to answer your questions about dating sober, getting under some without being under the influence, life in general, drugs, booze, whatever you want it to be. And I hope you enjoy what we got for you. You can get your questions into @WetWindDryPod. Enjoy. Is that fine? Hi, and welcome to How to Get Wet When You're Dry, where myself and our fabulous resident psychotherapist, Sally O'Sullivan, do our best to answer your most pressing questions around dating, addiction, and love. You can get your pressing questions into our Instagram account @WetWindDryPod. Sally, welcome to the show. I got you some biscuits.
Great.
This week I've got you ginger nuts.
Great. Nuts are always good.
Because we love
nuts.
To nut. Question 1 from Hurt Me Baby One More Time. I'm being love bombed by someone I met at a sober rave, and I know it's bad, but it feels so fucking good. How do I walk away from the best feeling I've had in a long time?
Well, I guess play the clock forward might be a way to kind of understand that. You know, it is great being love bombed, but you don't, you know, it's a great feeling. But, you know, it may not be a great experience when you connect with this person, or they may be a jerk.
Right. I'm gonna come in with something here.
Okay, do that.
I am making an assumption that Hurt Me Baby One More Time is newly sober, based off of saying, you know, best feeling they've had in a long time, et cetera, et cetera. Could be an assumption. But I feel like when you're new in sobriety, it's really hard to not do the bad thing.
Sure.
To like not do, it's something, if something feels naughty, then it's so enticing.
I mean, if you are abstinent and then you get this huge rush of internal chemicals because somebody is love bombing you.
Sorry.
Exactly. It's a total high, you know,
Yeah.
It's a total intoxication. So I get that, but play it forward. It just depends. If you can handle the pain, off you go. There's even, I don't know if you gave the title to the question, but Hurt Me Baby One More Time. I don't know.
Okay, right.
Maybe that indicates something.
I did give that name.
Okay.
And right, so that is the really professional, grounded advice. What I would say is do it while it lasts. Like keep going because I can't be love bombed now.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm being love bombed and I just can't be bothered to deal with it.
Yeah.
I wish that I was still in the place. I don't wish I was still in that place. It's hell, but long may it.
Yeah, I mean,
may it last.
It's like looking at a fire and kind of going, "Oh, that looks great. I think I'll just stick my hand
So
in there."
warm.
You know, it's so nice. It's so nice. Stick my hand in. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, have all the experiences you want, you know, as long as you've got a good framework around you to help you pick up the pieces.
I think if you have the awareness, then marinate in it until you...
Yeah, just
you know,
enjoy it maybe, but just be careful.
Exactly. There you go. Okay. Okay, right. Reasonable concern, Rachel. This is our next question. I got pregnant and my partner's response was, "Are you sure you can stay sober through this? I'm fuming, but also, is that a reasonable concern?"
Well, I guess it could be. Hormones when you're pregnant could be quite intense. But also, if Rachel is happy at the prospect and looking forward to the pregnancy, you know, there's something to kind of help her with that. But just to be aware of hormones and postpartum depressions and things like that, you know, they do exist. But I wonder, her partner is maybe being a little avoidant, kind of saying, oh, are you sure you can do this? Or maybe she's been playing a victim all along.
See, the way that, wow, Rachel, you are getting rinsed. No, so the way that I actually interpret this is I think that the partner's being a bit of a knob, perhaps. I don't know. It sounds to me like reasonable concern Rachel is in recovery already and been sober already. But then also if I was the partner, I would maybe also be, I don't know.
Maybe he's projecting his own fear about the baby on her, or his own fear about the pregnancy because...
But I would feel doubted if I were Rachel.
Everything is a concern. Hormones are a concern. There are women who are not alcoholics who get postpartum depression. And there are kind of things, it can be challenging. But equally, it can be fabulous, and maybe he is projecting his own doubts upon Rachel because he's a bit scared of the whole thing and not sure he can take responsibility for her and his soon-to-be baby.
Well, Rachel, I'm afraid it could be many things. And everything's going to be okay.
But I think Rachel sounds quite sound.
Rachel, you sound sound.
Is it okay? Is it not okay? Yeah, Rachel sounds sound.
You sound very sound.
Yeah.
Take that with you into your next tiff. Okie dokie. So the kind of men I date now are so different from my past, and I'm really worried that when they find out about my using days, they're going to make assumptions about me. When do I tell them and how? That is from Used to Be Different Una.
Una, how much do you think they need to know?
I mean, how much have you told?
Yeah, how much do you think they need to know?
What have you exposed?
Yeah, I guess, there's certain things for friends.
Yes.
And not for partners.
Yes.
I have one good friend. And
just the one.
One very good friend. And she told her partner that she slept with 8 guys. And I said...
Only 8 guys?
I said, don't you mean 800? Because... sometimes women conceal things from their partner.
I'd say, I don't lie, but I don't tell everything.
Yeah.
I used to tell everything.
No, that's not always the best.
It didn't go too hot. Yeah. And I don't think that's not to say I don't think we have anything to be ashamed of about.
No.
I actually take immense pride in where I was then versus where I am now.
Yeah.
And also I was not very well.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything to conceal, but it's also sacred to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to pass something up that
And also be aware if you're kind of disclosing these things, is that triggering your own shame? Whereas your partner could be absolutely fine about it and you're just feeling like, oh my God, I disclosed too much. And you're doing their thinking for them.
Yeah. And sometimes there are jokes that I tell people who are also sober who would find it hilarious. Like the time that a girlfriend of mine who's sober said that I looked gaunt and I said, thank you. And then I told my friends who aren't sober and they were deeply concerned by the joke because I used to have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
It's the black humor.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So the next question is from Never Done It Sober Nancy. How do you separate sex and substances when you've only ever had sex under the influence? Sober sex feels too raw, interesting language, and I hate it.
Has Nancy had sex?
I don't know. I didn't ask Nancy.
Yeah.
It felt like a bit of an abrasive reply.
Yes, exactly. The raw piece is perhaps down to nerves. I guess you have to have sex somewhat differently.
How? What do you mean differently?
Well, I think it becomes more difficult to just shag anybody you come across in some way.
That's true.
That you have to engage slightly differently and be a bit more relaxed and get a bit more sensual and intimate rather
poppers.
than, the raw version, which could be just too fast.
Too fast?
Too sudden. You might need more...
More what, Sally?
More... ease into it a bit more.
How? How does
Ease
that
in.
seem? How should that
That's
seem?
time. That's time. It
is time.
And it is sensuality. And it is about kissing. And it is about touching. And it is about, it is about taking some time and feeling a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing something because somebody else wants to do it.
It happens. Genuinely, it happens. My first time having sex sober, I was like
Self-conscious?
I was like the guy from In-Betweeners. I was just like, and now I'm like,
somebody stop me.
hold me back. Okay, okie dokie. Right, so this question is from Crisis Chasing Christopher. I keep St. Christopher's brother. That's not funny. I keep falling for girls in crisis. I think I get off on it. Help.
Yeah.
I can't seem to. I'm not judging. Like I'm not judging. I'm just trying to be funny, and now I'm just seeming like a prick. Right?
Yeah,
Sorry. What should Christopher do?
He wants to be useful. You know, it's not good enough for Christopher just to show up as himself and be loved for that. He has to be indispensable to these ladies in crises, you know.
Isn't that a bit manipulative?
He's playing a part on some level, and it could be manipulative, but it's like he's playing a part. And I wonder how some of his previous crises relationships ended. Does he just eventually get exhausted from all the rescuing?
Do you think that part of it can also be if you feel like you're being useful and indispensable to someone, it makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And then in turn, perhaps like you don't think someone who is in crises will leave you?
Something like that. Absolutely.
I'm so proud of that.
There you go. You're practically a therapist.
My number is on the
Yeah.
screen. You can reach out if you need
Some ad hoc advice.
ad hoc advice.
No, but I think that's true. I do think that's true. There's also, you know, the wounded bird or seeing the potentiality in people. But eventually, you know, the dynamic doesn't change in the relationship. You keep rescuing and they keep fucking up because they're not developing their own skills at becoming a whole person. And neither are you.
What can he do though?
I would say talk to a therapist about that because there's something going on. There may be something in his family or his background or his self-esteem that he just kind of has to keep on rescuing people.
It's your parents' fault.
I didn't say that exactly, but you know, he might be used to being in this role, but ultimately it's unsatisfactory.
Yes. Okay, cool. Next question is from Trust Issue Todd. How do I get over cheating? I did it all the time when I drank, and now I think that everyone is going to cheat on me.
Now Todd thinks everyone is going to cheat on him.
I think this is a case of the projectees.
Yes.
That I used to do this, therefore this person is going to do this.
To do it. You know, it's a trust issue. It's a trust issue, isn't it? Why would your partner cheat on you just because you in the past when you were drinking cheated on other people? Are you sure you're not scared of you cheating yourself even when sober?
Yeah. Can I just say I love the way that you say W? You go like,
What?
like a sexy owl. Okay.
I love owls. Yeah.
Apparently in some cultures they're good luck. In others, if you see one, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is from Sit There Suffering Samuel. I'm on a date and they've ordered wine. Do I say something? Do I sit there fighting the urge to drink? What's the protocol? Well, firstly, I just want to say that this is a serious question. So, you know, we will be serious. But in the same breath, I think you contacted the wrong peeps, because this sounds like a in the moment thing. And I don't know if you're on the date anymore. But nevertheless, please help me.
Samuel is like freaked out by the fact that there's wine on the table.
Yeah, I think it can be quite jarring in early recovery.
Yeah. Maybe he needs to go off to the loo and take a breath, actually, because cold water could be good, although he may not be able to go and have a shower. But
just
I think, yeah, he's drawn to alcohol. It may be just a little too early for dating. I'm sorry to be, the party pooper once more, but yeah, you haven't disclosed that you're not drinking, and you're out with somebody, and if you're feeling that nervous,
It feels a bit soon.
You feel a bit tender.
I think for my first 9 months, I couldn't go out to establishments where booze was present. And still, a lot of the time, if I'm at a hotel, I'll ask for no booze in the minibar. Not because I think I'm going to drink it, but just because it's
Safe.
It's safe, you know? So I'd say keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep yourself safe.
And go shove your head in the sink with cold water.
If you're feeling very anxious, go to the loo and call a friend very quickly.
Call a friend very quickly.
But don't be hanging around at the loo too much, or she'll
think you're having a shit.
She'll wonder what you're doing.
She'll think you're either doing cocaine or having a shit. When I in early recovery, when I'd be out with friends, I drink a lot of water, and whenever I would go to the bathroom, lots, I would get scared that they were thinking that I was relapsing and doing coke. Because I'm very... Anyway. Anywho, what else have we got here? The next question is from Shy Steve. How do I build the confidence to actually go up to someone I fancy? I used to do this drunk all the time, but sober me is a complete coward. Coward is harsh. Don't be harsh on yourself, Steve. I think... Anyway, you're the professional.
So where is Steve doing this? In the gym, in the bar,
in the ladies' bathroom,
in the ladies' bathroom? I mean, I think it's challenging. I think it's really hard to just. Do people even approach people in that way anymore? Because so much of that is online.
It is. I think also the line between whether it is cute if someone goes up to you or invasive is how hot they are.
Yeah. Yeah, and
that's a joke.
It's really funny, but it can be it's challenging, and I guess it depends how you approach somebody. If you approach them, reach in there. If you approach them just in a conversational way, just to kind of get a sense of who they are and whether you do want to, but if you're feeling predatory, like you want to just, shag them or come up with inappropriate comments, I'd kind of say it's probably just as well you're not drinking anymore.
I thought that I'd be John chewing this sooner.
Yeah.
I forgot how crunchy they are. What's a non-creepy way to go up to someone?
It depends where you are. If you're in a gym or something, you can go up and talk about a workout.
That would freak me out.
Okay, that's you.
Yeah.
But there's ways you can approach people that's not, too inappropriate. So you'd have to be quite gentle with your language, I think.
I give a stare. So I give the stare to let them know that I've acknowledged them.
Yeah.
Acknowledge them.
Yeah.
And then I'll give them another stare.
Then they can approach.
Yeah. I double stare with like a little.
Yeah. So it's clear.
A little light.
It's clear. Safe to approach.
Okay, but is there anything that this individual can do to get past that feeling of shyness?
I mean, shyness is not a pathology. Some people are just a bit shy. It may be that he had Dutch courage when he was drinking, and now he just feels a bit more awkward. You could talk to a professional. You could talk to a coach. I'm sure there's dating coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something I would do. But, sometimes people are just, you had a lot of Dutch courage. You didn't know what you were doing. You could storm the Bastille of any woman. But now...
I used to be a terror.
Yeah. And now you're just maybe being a bit more appropriate.
You're being appropriate.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think there's anything wrong with shy.
No, I think
it's quite endearing.
Shy is very lovely.
It's very lovely.
Yeah.
My type is the nicest boy in the room.
Yeah. Shy is very charming. And if you are shy, women quite often respond a lot better to shy.
Very true. And I feel like the less you say, sometimes the more of a chance you have of getting laid.
Is that a personal disclosure?
It's true, because then you can seem really like mysterious. Okay, right. So next question is from Fast Moving Frank. I'm in early recovery and a new relationship, and everyone else I know who is sober and been around longer keeps making comments like I don't know what I'm doing or I'm moving too fast. How do I trust my own judgment? God, I have ginger nut. When everyone thinks I'm fucking up.
Does his partner think he's fucking up?
I don't know.
I mean, I would guess if there's a lot of comments about it, that maybe there are some little flags flying.
I feel like Frank means, is it too soon for him to be in something? Is he being delusional or delulu, as the kids say nowadays?
Yeah. And, it may be, it's a very common thing to put down alcohol or drugs and move straight into a relationship. It's a kind of shortcut that you can, not look at yourself, but you can, move straight into something else. But, I have heard of those relationships working, but they may not work also.
Yeah. Mine didn't.
Yeah. And then, I think emotional pain from the breakup of a relationship when you're early sober can be really destabilizing because there's no anesthetic.
Yes. You never know. I will say, though, my adult friendship in my first year of sobriety, I look at that now and everything happens for a reason. And I was no angel. But I look at that and I just go, oh. Like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It could be anything, Frank. It could be anything. Well, thank you so much for joining us on another You Didn't Ride Us Like a Bus. Thank you so much for joining us for another Q&A episode. Sally O'Sullivan, psychotherapist extraordinaire, we thank you also.
Thank you.
If you would like your questions answered, you can get them in on our Instagram account at wetwindrypod. I had to practice saying that 5 times. And we'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And send in your questions. We love them.
We fucking love
We
them.
love them.
Look at us. We're elated.
Yeah.
Are you elated?
I am.
Boom.
They're terrific.
Yeah. Better?